Pandas, good morning, pandas. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you guys are here joining us this morning, bright and early, before the market open. My faithful pandas, hope you guys had an amazing weekend, banger weekend. I hope that your mental, emotional capital is replenished because we're gonna find some two-legged pullbacks and we're gonna need that mental capital. We're gonna need that patience. We're gonna have to get that focus in order to see those little two-legged moves. We're gonna scalp the E-mini today. You're gonna need that mental capital when when you're against the brightest in the world. Hey, but we're gonna get it. Let's go, baby. Pandas, make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think today might be. Say good morning to a couple of you guys who are joining us early. I'm glad that you guys can join us at 9 today because we do the daily chart review and I can be available for you guys, answer any questions and respond to any comments here. And I'm most available now because when the market opens, it's hard to honestly bounce back and forth unless it's like a really slow day. But typically in the morning, we get a couple good opportunities to scalp the E-mini. So don't want to miss it. So I'm like extra focused on the charts here. But pandas, good morning. Jeffrey Apple from Asheville. Welcome to the stream. John Yonan. Good morning from the Sierra Nevada mountains of California, from the West Coast. Welcome, welcome. Good morning from Jersey, Kellyanne, my fellow panda. Good morning from Cary, North Carolina, Get213. Not sure if I've seen that name before, but welcome to the stream. SW Blaze, good morning from Chicago. Beach Bum, welcome back from North Carolina. London LC from Miami. Jonathan Hotspot, LA in the house. Let's go, baby. Adashi from Sayulita. Rohan, welcome back from Jamaica. I don't think I've seen Rohan's name in a while, but welcome back. Sorry if I've missed you if you've been hanging around here. Power Trader from LA. Let's go, baby. Phil W, good morning from Toronto. Canadian here. Mo, good morning. Hey, make sure you guys drop a GM in the chat and location so we can welcome you guys to the channel. Welcome you guys to the stream. All right, after the stream, let's see. Let's go over some of the trades here. Basically around 11 is when I end the stream. I believe I took one trade on the stream. Here it is. Yeah, I took this outside bar reversal on the stream for 2 points. I took that during the stream. This is the 10K chart, by the way. If you want to know what chart I'm trading, look at the top right of your screen, and you can see the tick count that I'm on. And so this is the 10K. And around 10:40, I took one outside bar reversal here. I took this trap when it triggered on this outside bar for 2 points, and that was my trade for stream. And I traded 2 contracts just because the risk was big. That's a solid, what, 200 points or $200. But after the stream, let's see if we got some good setups here. What we're seeing here now is, right, break of trend. New high, right? And the new high is a 2-legged pullback. A, B, C. And it actually has another little slight push up. But regardless, we're not interested in any trade here. Unless you're trying to catch the very top of a reversal. You can consider going here. I mean, that's enough for a point actually, but actually has one more push up, so it's not good for a swing trade. And I'm not sure how you would construct that trade as a swing trader, but I would, stay away from that. And unfortunately, no setup here, right? I mean, you kind of almost have a trap trade here. It looks like this: A, B, C, A trap to the downside. But it actually is not a official trap because this leg doesn't break below any other leg, right? This you need a break of a previous candle's low, but it happens over here, and unfortunately there's no other pullback until over here. So we do not have a trap trade, but that spot, this area, if this was a trap trade, it's unfortunate it just didn't get the pattern. I mean, you get it optically here, obviously. You can get the optical trap trade here, but there's no setup essentially here for us. But not a bad trade. But that's where exactly where I would look for that trap trade. Right, break a trend, new high. I probably was waiting for that, but it probably never triggered, so I just skipped it. I wouldn't be surprised in the two-legged pullback Discord if I mentioned that. Oh, Rohan says, I am almost here every day. I love this stream. Let's go, baby. Thanks for your support. Thim Chone. I cannot say, I don't know how to say your last name, man. Chone. I guess it's Chone. Good morning from Minnesota. Oh, Sophianne. With a little LA in the house. We got a little UK in the house. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. I'm just trying to find the good setups on Friday. I'm trying to go over yesterday's. I actually probably looked for this on the stream then. Actually, this was before the stream ended, so I might have looked for that on the stream. Pretty much since here. Nothing here interested. I mean, you could look for this two-legged pullback here. Obviously, dark green number. I don't have to look at it, but if I do it manually, it looks like this. Unfortunately, right here. A, B, C. Terrible signal bar, but does give you a point there. Not something I'm interested. Terrible signal bar like that. Plus, trading range starting to form. And we get a lot of chop here. Once you have 1, 2, 3, 4, like a doji here like that, like you're not looking to really trade this, in my opinion. But there was an opportunity here for a trap trade. And the trap trade could have been, you know, you could consider this in many ways, but right, you could have break a trend here. You could also have break a trend here, new high. Break a trend, new high. For me, I typically like to have the minor reversal, which is the first break a trend. That's what we call minor reversal, to be below the 20 MA. But here, you can use a trend line, and you know, you basically have right a two-legged pullback here, and you can consider that like a swing. And after that swing, you can consider this next pullback, right, the downtrend, or wherever you want to get that pivot. And so you do have the new high here, and another place for a trap trade, but with so many overlapping bars, it's very difficult to say. But here, you do have another trap to the downside, more reliable, right? The second trap here, but you would not have been stopped out. If you entered this trap, you would have been safe. But in my opinion, I would have skipped this in general because of all the choppiness here. Way too much chop. But you do have the entire pattern here. A, B, C. Makes less than a point, reverses, and then starts to jump around, but eventually does give you your point sooner or later. And you're just going to have to hold through that and sweat through that. A couple bars. But that is a place, again, where you look for a trap. Here, you're looking for a new high, so potentially you can enter there. But those, again, I would skip. I wouldn't enter this one. I probably wouldn't entered this one. It's just, if you know, during live trading, it's just too hard to tell, and too many red flags in my opinion, and I'd rather wait for a better setup. Here you don't have this trend line, so you know you can ignore it, but I drew this trend line afterwards. But so basically we don't know what's happening here. We see a downtrend, and you could potentially be looking for a two-legged pullback here. You know, you have this downtrend here, and you're approaching the downtrend, but there's no two-legged pullback here, right? Terrible signal bar if it was. So I'm not interested at all. Strong push up. Now we're looking at an uptrend, right? We're making new highs, right? This, we can say, once we make this new high again, we're looking for another push up. In my opinion, right, with this many bull bars like that, you're looking for another push up. Unfortunately, this two-legged pullback is a little tricky, a little wonky. It is a two-legged pullback and terrible signal bar. So I would have loved if this two-legged pullback looked something more like this. Right, something like this, right? Something a little more just, something like that, right off the 20 MA. That would have been nice. But instead, we get this really elongated two-legged pullback with a terrible signal bar. It does eventually give you another push-up, which is what we suspected with a strong bull bar or bull trend like this, bull swing. We're expecting one more push-up. Astrid Jahari asks, good morning. Is there any difference between the MES and ES when live trading charts? Yes. Huge difference. MES is a completely different instrument than ES, even though it follows it. But because it's its own instrument, if you use a tick chart, it is completely different. Completely different. If you use a time chart, like a 5-minute chart, very close, very similar. But even the 5-minute chart is not exactly the same. So typically, if you would like to trade tick charts on the MES, I have a video on my channel that does. You can do an overlay of the ES on top of the MES, and so when you trade, you're trading MES, but you're using the ES price action on the tick charts. If you just look up overlay on my channel, you can find it pretty easily. But that's what I recommend doing. And just for those who have been doing it, you guys know what I mean when I say this. When you do it, you should enter in with limit orders. Because I call them ghost fills. When I used to do only MES on this channel, I only did when I was doing MES, I would have to do it limit orders because ghost fills essentially are when the MES strays from the ES, sometimes by one tick, but the ES never does that same price action, and it like would trigger a second entry long, which is the entry after the two-legged pullback. It will trigger on the MES but not trigger on the ES. And so what I would wait for is actually the price action on the ES to actually trigger a second entry and then enter in with the limit order. And so that's what I would do. Just to protect those who are seriously about to trade the MES using ES overlay, that is a small caveat that you should know. It might be completely confusing for those who have never done it or don't know what I'm talking about, but hopefully that's helpful. Adashi Marty asks, Panda, how do you decide when to use an order with a runner? Some people just use a runner for every trade. I'm actually pretty comfortable with just my 5 contracts. I'm trading 5 contracts now. And so I like the 5 contracts because with 2 scalps, you make $500 a day. And if you're to trade every single day, make $500 average a day, that's about a $125,000 income a year, which is not too shabby. And so especially if you just do it part-time. Sometimes I'll swing my 5 contracts. Sometimes I'll change my contracts to 2 if I think the risk is large, or if I am trying to do a swing trade, I might do 2 contracts because in general, swing trades less probable than scalping, and it should be that way because your risk reward is way better in swing trading than scalping, so the probability is way less. So yeah, I like to sometimes trade with smaller contracts because less probability. Hope that makes sense. Hey pandas, remember, scalp that like button if you're enjoying the content here. And that's it pretty much for that day. Not too many setups in my opinion. Oh, let me think here. Any other setups? Not really. Not even a 10K chart. Nothing really. I don't like to look at the 5 minutes because I have to keep scrolling back here, but let's see if the 5-minute had. That's too much. I would have gone through every time frame with you guys to see what the best setups are per time frame, but no one has time for that, pandas. No one has time for that. Ooh, the 5 minutes showing us a nice 2-legged pullback here. 10K chart. No setup on the 10K chart really. 2K chart. We do have a decent setup here. Looking for a new low at this point. So now we're going to pre-market analysis. We do have a downtrend here, and this would be first breaker trend in my opinion. After the 2-legged pullback, you have the first pullback here, and I'm thinking that's a good place to put your pivot right below the 20 MA. And I'm looking at this downtrend, and we do have a two-legged pullback forming here. But Panda's notice, right? The two-legged pullback actually already forms here. Gives us our scalp. Unfortunately, it's above the 20 EMA, so you cannot take that trade, right? Not even enough room to it. But Pandas, you're looking for a new low at this point, right? Because we have first break of trend right here. First break of trend. Looking for a new low, and so typically the new low is a two-legged pullback, right? New low. And here we might look for a reversal trade. At this point, this minor reversal is too strong for me to think that this downtrend is going to continue. But we are looking for one more new low here before we make our decision. You know, if we make a new low, it fails to reverse and keeps making new lows, then we're going to continue. We're going to think downtrend, make a new trend line. That's what we're waiting for. Greg Martin asks, how do you count the two legs on a downtrend, starting from lower highs or lower lows? I'm not really sure what the question is asking, but typically you wait for a new low before you start your two-legged pullback. So if you go a downtrend, look, you know, this downtrend was so strong there were actually no two-legged pullbacks until finally right here, because you can see with the dark red one, right, with the two-legged pullback indicator. You can easily see where a two-legged pullback is. None of these are two-legged pullbacks, as you can see on this downtrend. You can see them here, but none of these are two-legged pullbacks, as you can see. No dark red numbers. Our first two-legged pullback is right here, and you know, you wait for the new low. Right here, you get a new low and a two-legged pullback, and this is a genuine two-legged pullback. Sometimes, you know, there might be a third entry, fourth entry, and to me those are all two-legged pullbacks, just in a chain of two-legged pullbacks. But here, if you want to know like just the technical two-legged pullback, technically it is here, right? And I use that definition from Al Brooks, right, for second entries. For him, second, third, fourth, you know, fifth entries, these are all second entries. And so here we have, right, new low here, right? This low breaks below the previous pivot low. If you don't know how to count legs, pandas, you can always look at the description. There are playlists going over the details, how to count legs. But right now we're looking for a new low here, pandas. And so let's see if we get it. Let's see if we get this two-legged pullback here for a new low. I'm hoping we do get it, but we shall see. To me, it's a little tricky because we broke above the 20 MA, and so we could be, you know, creating like a lower high or a higher low, a double bottom off here. But in my opinion, I think we're gonna make a new low. And pandas, guess what happens, right? This is what typically happens in price action. We have a channel, and what happens on the channel is typically we like to test the bottom of the channel. Let me see the higher time frame. Right, we do have like a type of spike in channel here. And what happens on, you know, these channels is you typically like to test the bottom of the channel. Right? And so we see here the bottom of the channel. We came to test the bottom of the channel, and we see that happening after the breakdown. Right? Overshoot to overshoot, and now the market naturally wants to come back to the bottom of the channel to test it again. And so I was suspecting we were going to get a downtrend because we had a ledge here at the end of the day on Friday, and with this ledge, right, multiple hits on the exact same spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, and it bursted upwards, right, what, 30, 40 points? How many points is that? It is 45, yeah, about 30 points, right, 70, almost 75 points, or 75, so almost 30-point move from this ledge, and I had a suspicion it was going to come back down because the ledge here breaks through it. We don't have a setup yet here, pandas, but maybe potentially looking for a two-legged pullback here, something like that. You could use a micro trend line here, and I mean you can use everything as a trend line, and you can look for a new high here because of this micro trend line, micro trend. But in my opinion, this is just a two-legged pullback. I'm looking for a new low at this point. Marcelino, I already reloaded my data, so if you are off my charts, you should reload your data. And if it doesn't match still, I'm not sure, but my data is reloaded. Pandas, as you guys are rolling in, hey, make sure you scalp that like button. Welcome to my stream. I'm Bye Bye Money. And in this channel, we trade only one single instrument, the biggest, baddest, most liquidable market in the universe, the E-mini futures. It makes crypto look like a penny stock. Truly, the liquidity and the volume in the E-mini makes crypto look like it makes it look like a joke. The E-mini futures will most likely always be around as long as the stock market is around, in my opinion. We do have a setup here, pandas. On this stream, we trade only one single setup. It's a price action setup that looks like this: 2 legs up or 2 legs down. We call it 2-legged pullback. And after the 2-legged pullback is finished, we like to enter into the second entry. The reason why is because the market loves to move in twos, and so after it makes this 2-legged move, it's done with that move, and we like to enter into the opposite side. And the right context is greater than 90% probability to make a point for us. So here we do have a 2-legged pullback looking for a new low here, and so we're going to try to enter a 2-legged pullback with a good signal bar if we can get it. Potential Pikachu trade as well. If you like more information about the setup, you can check out the description below. There are playlists going over details on how to count legs, how to identify second entries, how to identify traps. Check it out. Also, on this stream, we trade pure price action. I don't have any momentum indicators. I think everything we need to know is given to us through the bars, bar by bar. And so you'll see me reading bar by bar the charts. And with every bar gives us new information and changes the probability for every trade. And so on the charts, everything we have helps us with price action. 20 EMA, 240 SMA, and also a trading range indicator that uses price action to automatically track these trading ranges, and the 2-legged pullback indicator, of course. And basically with dark red or dark green numbers are our second entries. If they're above and below the candles on the left side, those have already triggered. If it's on the right side, we have the upcoming, right? What the super signal tells us with the upcoming leg, what would it be if it reverses? And so the super signal is always placed in the spot where you want to put your stop entry, where this diamond is, and so it's one tick below, right? This is currently in the up, right? The up leg, and so with the up leg, A, B, C. Next reversal will be a second entry here. Let's see if we find it in a good spot under the 20 MA, plus also a good signal bar. If we don't have those things, then we're not looking for the second entry. We're trying to find the greater than 90% probability trades, pandas, and so we're gonna be patient here. Let's go, baby. Hey, let's find those 2-legged pullbacks. That's it for an introduction. Make sure you scalp that like button. Let's find those 2-legged pullbacks, pandas. This is truly the best community in YouTube. It's a complete pleasure to trade with you guys. I do enjoy it a lot. Market's about to open. Hey, make sure you guys fill out that poll. I'm going to tell you what kind of day I think it's going to be today. Going to quick look at the daily chart here. We do have the major trend reversal on the daily, and I thought we were going to have the big move like this, like a 100-point move. I was pretty sure we're going to have a 100-point move like this because we had something similar over here. Actually, not here. Where is it? Where's our 100-point move? This is the daily chart, by the way. I'm not sure. There was another 100-point move off a trap. Not a trap like we had this. This is the first time this has ever happened on the daily. But we had another trap. If I change the... let's see here. Well, regardless. It'd be nice if I find it. I'm gonna try to find it, but I don't want to waste too much time here looking for it. 2-legged pullback here. You just have to go so far back, and I don't know if I have it on the chart here. There was like another trap trade here. I think it might have been this, but I could be wrong. Well, if I find it, I'll let you guys know. But hey, pandas, the reason why I really did feel like we're gonna have a big move here, and we did have a 100-point move from here to here, and now we're coming back up. The question now, pandas, is what's going to happen here? It does happen often. Kirk Reed, thanks for being a panda for 6 months. Thank you for the support. It does happen often, right? When we have this major trend reversal like this, confirmation, right? Of course, this major trend reversal can fail, right? And we already doubled the trading range up here. Some people might have just come and reversed it and bought the dip. But typically what does happen here, it's kind of hard to see. This could be here a two-legged pullback. You can consider this a two-legged pullback, and we could enter here. It's not a technical two-legged pullback. As you can see, the indicator, it gives us a pink diamond. It has to be a dark red or dark green. But in my opinion, this is a two-legged pullback optically. A technical two-legged pullback would look like this. Actually, this will be the first pullback of the two-legged pullback. And so what could happen is we could actually come above this point here. As long as we don't break above, make new all-time highs, we would be considered to be in a downtrend in my opinion. And so if we break above here, right, with a two-legged pullback, I'm expecting the downtrend to continue. I'm thinking we are in a downtrend until otherwise. So I'm thinking downtrend until we essentially, if we make new highs, then obviously no longer downtrend in my opinion. But if we are staying below here, make a two-legged pullback here, in my opinion, this here, to a lot of people, to a lot of traders, that's a two-legged pullback. Yeah, it's a two-legged pullback. Push up, push down, push up again, right? Two pushes up. Pandas, a market has just opened. Let's look at, oh, we did get a two-legged pullback off of that, but it was right at market open, so I would probably not be interested in that. Looking for a new low here still, pandas. Looking for a new low. Getting a little choppy here. Let's find those two-legged pullbacks, pandas. Let's go, baby. Hey, make sure you scalp that like button. This micro trend could be playing out here, right? We could be looking for a new high before continuing down. Fails to do so. It's currently double topping. I'm looking for a new low here. I'm going to enter this two-legged pullback on the 10K chart, pandas. The risk is big. I'm doing 2 contracts. I'm going to swing it for a couple points. But two-legged pullback on the 10K chart currently. Looking for a new low here. A, B, C. Looking for a new low on the 10K chart. I'm going to prime up my order on the 10K chart to right here. One tick below. It's most likely going to end here. Signal bar is not that good for the 10K chart at the moment. Still looking for a new low here. 2K chart too choppy to trade in my opinion. 10K chart. Right, the 2K chart way too choppy. Don't know what's happening here. Right, we do have a spiking channel, but the channel is very, very like narrow, very shallow here. The 10K chart, potential two-legged pullback. Only trading 2 contracts here. I'm just priming up my order right now. The signal bar is pretty terrible on the 10K chart. Right, signal bar is pretty terrible. But just priming up my order here. This is where it would be. Got 8,000 ticks left still. Pretty big risk here. So I'm only trading 2 contracts here, but I'm looking for the 10K two-legged pullback. Let's see if we can get it. When I say 10K, I'm looking at a 10K tick chart. The tick chart and the time charts are different. The tick charts, it's not exactly volume. There are volume charts that trade per contract, right, is 1 tick. But the tick chart trades per transaction. And so a transaction can have 1 contract, can have 20 contracts. It does not matter. But it's per contract. I think this risk is worth it here, pandas. I got 2 contracts on the line here. I'm going to swing this for probably about maybe 4 points here. Let's see if we get it. gonna attach it. I'm attaching my order to the super signal here, so if it does move, it'll adjust itself. Right when this candle finishes, it'll adjust itself to where it needs to be. But right now, this order is anchored to the super signal. I'm looking for a new low on the 2K chart, so that's why I'm interested in this trade. Up! Pandas. I couldn't even move. Okay, that's $100. I couldn't even move my order fast enough. It's automatically set to 1 point. I couldn't even move it fast enough to get it the swing trade, but let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, baby. You know what that means, pandas. For those who've been on the stream for a while now, know exactly what time it is. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. I want to trade 2 contracts and I want to swing that, but I didn't have enough time to actually move my order, my limit order, and it just touched it so quickly. And you know, as we suspected, we're looking for a new low here still, pandas. Oh, let's go, baby. I wish I wish I was able to move my order, but hey, I'll take the point. I'll take the $100. The risk, obviously, I changed it to 2 contracts because the risk was what 1, 2, 3, 4.5 points, and so typically you look for 2 points there, right? If you're gonna risk 5, you know, more than 4 points, you gotta look for more than 1 point there. But unfortunately, I couldn't move my order fast enough. It filled me so fast, I could not even move it. Well, let's go, baby. Hey, let's go back to the 2000 tick chart. I always have my eye. The way I sent a screenshot of my my screen and my setup, and I basically have on my monitor at one time. I have every time frame that I like to look at. I have the 2000 tick chart, 10,000 tick chart, and 5-minute charts, and you can do that by essentially, if you have NinjaTrader, you can right-click on the bottom left. There are tabs showing you the charts of your workspace. You can right-click it and duplicate new window, and then you can just change the time frame. So in my opinion, that's the easiest way to do it, and it gives you, it lets you be able to see, the reason why I like to have those time frames is not only helps you like see the bigger picture, but gives you different opportunities, right? It gives you different opportunities that the 2K won't have, like the 10K will have that the 2K doesn't have. The 5-minute has some opportunities that either of them have, and so that's why I like to have all those time frames up. Bojan, if you see a really strong delay, then go ahead and make sure that live button is red, and also watch in 2x speed so you can catch up as soon as you can. It'll just be 2x until it catches up to live. We're looking for a new low here, pandas, right? We're looking for this low to break because we have breakup trend here. Right, first breakup trend, new low. They try to make that new high, but actually double tops here. Pretty sure we're making a new low here, pandas. Yeah, I would have swung this 10K chart 1, 2, 3, probably 4 points. I was thinking about swinging 4 points, as I mentioned before entering the trade, but I could not move it fast enough, pandas. That's how you know it's a good scalp. When you can't even move your limit order, right, to get more points out of it. Chris James asks, how many screens do I trade with? I actually trade with 1 screen. I have like the Odyssey, like whatever, G8, whatever it's called. It's like 50 some inches. I don't know. I forget the specs. But it's like an ultra wide. super ultra wide. That's the category, and like the curve is like has like the deepest curve out of any of the screens, and I mean you're gonna have to pay a little bit for it. Not gonna lie, but I believe they made a new version of it, which is kind of cool. But the one I have I think works perfectly fine, and I actually love trading on this thing. It makes it seamless, and there's like software that you can have that makes virtual desktops or virtual monitors on your screen. And so if you have like a super ultra wide, it can break it up into like however you want, however setup, what kind of setup you want. So I actually only have one screen, but on this one screen, it's about 3 screens worth. I have 3 screens worth of data or workspace, essentially. Looking for that new low, which is what we might get here with this trap. Might be interested in this trap, but I hate outside bar reversals again. Do not like outside bar reversals. But this trap is very enticing. I just wish it wasn't an outside bar reversal. It's enticing because you're looking for a new low here, and there's enough room to new low. The only thing I don't like is that we are in the bottom trading range. This trap makes a perfect scalp if you're in the outside bar reversal. Let's see if it makes the... It's starting to reverse on us. So you're sweating now if you're entering that. Trading range indicator. Don't disrespect it. Don't disrespect the trading range indicator. If it says you're in the bottom of trading range, you're in the bottom of trading range. Potential H4 setup here. I might enter this second trap here, pandas. If it traps again to the downside, I might be interested. Double trap to the downside. Very, very interesting. Bouncing off the bottom of the range here. Looks like it's gonna make a point. Too hesitant. Hesitated way too much, but it's all good, pandas. I was not sure of that one. That looked a little sketchy. But 2 traps to the downside, man. That's some high probable setup right there. Does give you the new low finally. And you would still be in that trap trade, right? You wouldn't have got stopped out. Just put 1 tick above here, and you've been good. I should have entered that second trap. In my opinion, I just had like the H4 setup in my mind, and I just didn't want to trade against the H4. But this looks like, man, we can have a downtrend day today. I'm just not sure. Like, looking at the daily doesn't help me much. But if we break below yesterday's low or Friday's low, like I said, on the daily, potential 2-legged pullback, right? Optically, it's a 2-legged pullback. And some traders may trade that, and that can be a nice swing to the downside. So we break yesterday's low, pandas. Just watch out. We did make the new low, but with the H4 setup here, it's a little too choppy, right? We got to draw this trend line here right now, and we're in a downtrend, tight channel to the downside, and we're just not trying to trade against that right now. We're not trying to trade against this channel unless like we have a lot of price action that convinces us perhaps the trend will reverse. Right? It might look random that I just did that, but this is what we're looking for. We're looking for break of this trend. Right, potential trap trade because we made a new low. So, right, trap trade looks like this. ABC, right? You can have ABC trap to the upside. That's what we're looking for. But still, you don't mess with this because we're in a downtrend. You're in a downtrend until said otherwise. Especially with the H5 that breaks below the pivot of the H4. Bad news. This is a downtrend day today, in my opinion. Downtrend day now. Revealing itself to be a downtrend day today. The 5-minute also showing strong downtrend. Let's look at the 5-minute chart here. The 5-minute chart, the first couple candles, 1, 2, 3 candles here, all red candles, but big wicks could signify trading range according to the 5-minute. Let's see, not sure. Not looking to go long, but we do have breaker trend here. I would look long here if we actually have this set up. If we actually have a 2-legged pullback here with a trap, I would consider it. I'll consider taking the trap to the long side here, pandas. if we get the setup, I think that's like a 90% probability. But the question is the setup gonna happen, right? You know, if we gotta wait for the setup to come to us, and basically we got a lot of price action to wait for. So pandas, we're just waiting here. Let's see if we get a trap trade here, pandas, and I'll look for to the long. Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button. Honestly, scalping that like button is one of the best ways to support this channel. If you guys know, you know, every time we throw a whiskey challenge, I'm not gonna do one today, but whenever there's a whiskey challenge, 1 second. Whenever I do a whiskey challenge, you know, sometimes I do like, you know, 300 likes, I'll drink some whiskey in the morning. But every single time when there's a whiskey challenge, you guys blow up the like button. You guys scalp the like button like it's super high volatility day, like it was 2019. You guys are scalping that like button. But the thing is, it perpetuates. If you scalp the like button, it pushes the video out, and when the video gets pushed out, more people can come to hopefully scalp the like button. And it is this infinite feedback loop that happens to help promote this channel. And so also it's helpful for those who are looking for content like this. I'm looking for trap trade to the long side, pandas, but man, that's a strong push down, pandas. I'm not sure what's gonna happen here. Right? We are looking for a two-legged pullback that fails to the downside. Ooh, another push up. We could get our trap trade, pandas. I'm looking for a trap trade here. This second entry short needs to fail here for me to consider going long, pandas. This second entry short needs to trigger. Didn't even trigger yet. Market's being stingy. Market was being super stingy. Did not even give us our second entry short to get us a trap. Only first entry. Only people who are entering the first entry were able to scalp out there. Unfortunately, no trap trade. We can still get one though. A, B, C trap trade still to the long side. We do have room to the top of the trading range. Let's see if we get a trap trade here, pandas. Looking for fail second entry short. Right, on the reversal pattern. Right, new low, break a trend, new low. Looking for a fail second entry short. Decent, very good spot actually for it. Let's see if we can get it, pandas. I would love a trap trade to the long side right here. Let's see if the market gives it to us. Looks like the market's a bit stingy, right? Not coming to trigger our second entry short to fail it, but the market's being stingy because the bulls are so eager. They're just buying it up with limit orders, right? The bulls has bought the limit orders right at the close of that, seeing that we're reversing here, and they're just buying. Always in long at the moment. Always in long. Still no setup for us, pandas. We got no setup here. We're not going to go short here either, right? Because we have the break of trend new low. So no short trade. We're looking for long trades only at this moment. The 10,000 tick chart is actually hitting the 20 EMA now. The 1,000 tick chart hitting the 20 EMA here. It could reverse on a dime, but we shall see. The 2,000 tick chart is still within the trading range, as you can see, with the trading range indicator marking it. I mean, the trading range indicator marked the trading range way back here and told us, hey, we're still in trading range even with all this price action. Comes back to the bottom trading range, bounces off of it, and now we're at the top of the trading range. Missed it by a couple ticks. Not looking to go short here either, because you're thinking, right, it's going to come back up to the top of the trading range, and we still missed it by 2 ticks. These typically act as magnets, but we shall see here. Just waiting. Sitting on my pause. No trades here. Not looking to go short. If anything, I'll look to go long here, but also top of the trading range is right there, so I'm not looking to go long right into it. Panda sitting on my pause, unfortunately, and this is where, right, that mental capital comes in play, right? That rest over the weekend where we can look at this and say, it's all good. We're going to wait for the setup that we're looking for. Pandas. Hits the top of the trading range. That's why I don't take that trap, pandas. Let's go, baby. Sitting on my pause here. Failed trap to the long side. I actually would consider going short here on this trade because of the failed trap on top of the trading range. No, terrible signal bar. I need a better signal bar than that. I would consider going short there because of a failed trap trade. It would be nice if we get this. Right, one more push down, one more failed trap to the this trap trade. Failed trap trade looks kind of enticing. When traps fail, typically it reverses. That's a failed trap, right? Only goes by 2 ticks above the previous candle's high, which is right here. Sitting on my pause though. Sitting on my pause still. It's gonna sit on my pause here. It is a failed trap to the long side. Failed trap to the long side. Typically like to reverse those, but man, we shall see. I mean, if I were to reverse this, I'll have to swing that. Maybe I'll do 2 contracts here. We do have, oh, this bounces right back up. That's disappointing. Ooh, that's disappointing. You're thinking maybe, right, if this trap fails, looking to go short. All right, good thing I didn't go short there, or should I? It actually triggers the trap outside bar reversal. It's getting really choppy here. If I were to take this trade, pandas, I would swing this to the bottom of the trading range. This actually is an outside bar reversal. Amazing, pandas. Very confusing. I almost want to swing this to the bottom of the trading range here. I think it's worth. I'm going to try it here, pandas. See if we can get bounce back up here, pandas. Oh, might have missed opportunity. I think we have room to the bottom of trading range here. Cannot get in. No entries. That's a 2-point move already. Looking to the bottom of the trading range. Thinking we're going to hit the bottom of the trading range now. Do you see how that trap failed right on the outside bar reversal? And I wanted to enter the second failed trap. It's hard to see because the indicator doesn't show it. But what had happened essentially is you had this failed second entry short. You also had this failed second entry short as well. Goes only by 1 tick, but it all happens in 1 bar, so it's very hard to see. If you're not paying attention, you can't see that. This is why you have to stay so focused when it comes to price action. Where you saw that all happen in 1 bar, now it's reversing, probably to the bottom of the trading range. I wanted to get in there, but it moved too quick once it reversed again, and I couldn't get in. I couldn't get in that trade. I hesitated. But that is a good trade. I think to the bottom of the trading range. I mean, that's, in my opinion, the most logical place to go. You're going to see this oscillate a lot, and you're going to be like, man, I should just get out of my trade right now. Blah, 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 blah. But you got to keep your original trading. You got to keep your original stop loss up here, right? You're in a good position to come to the bottom trading range. You got to keep it, right? You got to iron paw it to the bottom, and don't mess with your stops, right? You got to stick with your plan, and just, you know, even though you saw this reversal here, you're just keep your original stop loss, which is up here. You keep it there until it hits your target down here. But I'm not in this trade at all. Not in this trade at all. You're thinking bottom of the trading range, right? Trading range indicator showing us trading range. Also, remember the 5-minute, right? The 5-minute chart giving us big wicks like this, showing us potential trading range. Most likely come back to the bottom of the trading range, but I just was not in that trade. After that second failed trap, I should have done it, right? 1, 2, 3 hits all in 1 spot, right? When you got 3 failures upwards like that, you know, especially with 2 failed traps, and you're considering very high probable trade on the opposite side. Just missed it. It just moved too quick. I tried to put my limit order in, but it didn't come back to fill me. And by then, I already made 2 points, and I was like, I'm not interested anymore. Let's go, baby. I'm up $100. I'm just chilling right now, just $100. Still thinking bottom of the trading range, pandas. I know it looks scary when you see this, but you gotta keep your. If you're swing trading this, you gotta do this. You gotta keep your swing trade. You gotta keep your swing trade alive here. It's scary, but you gotta do it. Even though it looks like it's gonna reverse on you, you have to do it. Right, you're thinking right around 2x risk here. You're looking for at least 2x risk reward. It's making its own optical two-legged pullback. A, B, C. That is a two-legged pullback. It looks very scary, right? That this is coming upwards like that. But you gotta keep your swing. And it's easy for me to say because I'm not in this trade. But there's so many times where I want to, you know, just kill this trade, skunk it. Skunking a trade is when you prematurely get out of the trade. And, you know, so many times if you just held it, you would have been fine. It looks scary, but now you're like, oh, okay, it's gonna hit my at least a 2x reward. I'm thinking bottom trading range, right? Price actions doesn't lie. Price action is king always. Scott Harvey, let me say good morning to a couple more about my pandas. Good morning, good morning. Scott Hubbard, good morning, good morning. Hey, by the way, Richard Harris, he's a friend, but he does say a lot of things. He does say his trades and these things a lot, and you know, just in my opinion, if you want to see his trades, go ahead. But you know, if it's distracting to you, you can block him. You can do whatever you want. But you know, I think for now, you know, the decision right now is just to, you know, just keep him up on the stream channel. It seems like people like him, so we'll keep him. And you know, honestly, we're always happy when people make money. It's just like, you know, people barely can trust me when I stream. You know, seeing all my trades, seeing my thought process behind every trade, seeing my risk management, seeing how I do everything. And they have a hard time trusting me. Just how much harder is it to trust someone who's just putting their trades out on a chat, right? You know, it's just like, you know, so I understand for the people who will find it distracting. But, you know, I don't mind it, personally. As long as the community doesn't mind it, I don't mind it. I like to have the liveliness of Richard Harris. Look at how choppy this is. So choppy, very choppy. It's becoming about 50-50 on which way it's going to go now. If it's going to hit the top of the trading range or the bottom of the trading range. About 50-50 in my opinion. The 5-minute chart showing us also trading range at this moment. It's just too choppy. Market wants to decide what it's trying to do. The 10K chart looks still bullish right under the 20 MA. But we can say break of trend, new low. We can say that here. Two-legged pullback. I still think we're going to try to hit the bottom of the trading range. Hit the top of the trading range, most likely hit the bottom of the trading range. Because we're so choppy, in my opinion, the choppiness is going to fulfill itself in a trading range. So most likely bottom of the trading range, in my opinion. Yeah, that's another thing. The main thing about Richard Harris is like there's no strategy. You know, you can't reproduce his strategy. It's just him announcing his trades and then, you know, saying the results. So it is what it is, pandas. I wish it was more constructive, right? I wish it was just like, this is what I'm looking for. This is the price action. This is what it's telling me, and so I'm gonna take this trade. But I'm long. I'm short. You know, it's just too hard for me to gain any more information from that. So, but in my opinion, it's fine as long as it doesn't distract you. Coming back to the top of the trade range, pandas. So for those swing traders, ouch, you know, you just got busted, right? When the price action started to look like this, you could have been like, okay, I'm about to skunk it because it comes about pretty much 50-50 at that point. But that's tough. That's tough. You're thinking bottom trading range, but Huh, I don't know. It's too choppy in my opinion to know what's happening here. When you have this jumbleness here. You get another push up. Right, you actually made a new high already, right? If you had this as a channel or trend, right? You broke trend, new high already by one tick. Typically like to wait for it to like a pullback though. Right? You're looking for two pushes up to finish that swing trade, to finish that swing upwards. Up just 100 today. The trade just moved too quick. I wanted to squeeze out a couple more points out of that trade, that swing trade. Couldn't do it though. The trading range indicator is 99. For Thinkorswim, there is no trading range indicator. There's only a two-legged pullback indicator for Thinkorswim. So I'm going to actually remove this because that is misinformation. But yeah, the looking for one more push up here, Pandas. Josh Shree says, but I do like how Panda's conservative and cautious with his trades. I mean, we are in general, you know, trying to be conserved because we're endangered. But I mean, more than being conservative, I just don't see a setup here. You know, we're just waiting for, like, if you don't know the trend, it's very hard to enter a two-legged pullback. If we're in trading range, hard to enter a two-legged pullback unless your setup comes up. I mean, this is like, imagine this, right? Imagine if you're in this trade, you got stopped out by 2 ticks, and now finally hits your, you know, your original target. That's just a shame. That's just a shame. It looks like that is what might happen. I could potentially enter this second entry short here. Potentially. But I'm going to sit on my pause. You know, Power Trader says he actually held that swing and got stopped out, and now he's seeing this and he's kind of like, you know, getting upset, and that's completely natural. The problem is just really in any trading range day, choppy day like this, it's just hard. Things like that happen, right? Tons of failed breakouts, tons of failed breakdowns. It's just super choppy right now. Hopefully we can take advantage of the chop here. Maybe if we get a nice setup off the top of this trading range here. But hard to say. I mean, I made one trade so far on the 10K chart, and that's it. I'm just sitting on my pause. John asks, Panda, is that a double top or a higher high? It's a higher high double top. How about that? Which is a setup. Which is a setup. Just complete trading range. I'm going to try to trade off the top of this trading range. And I'm going to see if I can get a scalp here. Pandas, I'm only going to trade 2 contracts because of how choppy this is. I just don't like the price action right now. But I'm going to try to trade 2 contracts here for some swing trades off the top of this trading range to the bottom of the trading range. Let's see if we can get it. Unless we break out here, which would be surprising to me. I won't be surprised if we're in the trading range for a long time. I don't like the signal bar here, but I like where we're at. Lower high setup. We're a lower high setup right now. Looking for a second entry short. Come back to the bottom of trading range. Lower high setup. Let's see if we can get some points here, pandas. I'm gonna try to swing this here. Let's see if we can swing this trade. This reverses. Yeah, trap trade to the long side. Thinking this trading range, I might scale in one time at the top of this trading range. Because trading ranges typically have failed breakouts, like if this has a breakout, I may look for a scale in trade to come back into the trading range. But I'm only trading 2 contracts here, pandas, because of the fact I'm going to scale in potentially here. We shall see. I think I'm going to try, I mean, we have the lower high setup here. I'm thinking we can maybe come back to the bottom trading range. If I get busted here, it's all good, pandas. I'm not going to go long here either. I just can't. I mean, I see trading range price action. Can't go long at the top of the trading range. So, unfortunately, if it does bust me out, I'm just going to leave it at that. Thinking that this breakout's going to fail if it does. But if it doesn't, it is what it is. Let's stop me out here. Looking for that lower high setup here, pandas, but looks like it's going to be no joy here. Looks like it's going to hit me. It's all good, pandas. It is what it is, man. I was trying to trade a trading range. I might go short here again. Like, I might just keep going short. I might go short here again, to be honest. Right, I'm seeing this choppiness, and I just do not trust that we're going to break out of it. Unless we have some good confirmation. I mean, that's strong bull bar ending is high. Alright, that's why I trade small. You're thinking trading range day, and then this happens. It is what it is. I mean, that's a nice Pikachu trade at the end. It's just the choppiness. Did not trust it. Looking for the lower high setup. Come back to the bottom of trading range. It's all good, pandas. Slightly red right now. Strong bull bar with follow through. Not going to go short here. Not going to go short here. Does give you a perfect scalp right now. I'm looking at the 10K chart. Might trade a 10K chart for a couple points back to the bottom of the trading range if it gives it to us. Again, top of the trading range, failed breakout this time. Look at a 10K chart again, maybe look for a possible another swing to the downside. Down 300. It's all good. Another push up. Potential two-legged pullback. A, B, C. I mean, we're in an uptrend. I mean, there's nothing against that right now, in my opinion. Gotta trade that as an uptrend. Drawing these trend lines. I actually like this lower high setup to come back into the trading range. I mean, but it's all good, pandas. I'm gonna sit on my pause here. If we get a trap here, I'm gonna go long, right? Because we're in this tight trend and we are off a key entry point here. I'm gonna go long here, pandas. Key entry off this trend line. Looking to go long here, pandas. I might get hit again here. Looking to go long. We do have this trend line now. Tight bull channel of the key entry point. It's reversing on me. This hits me again. Woo! Sitting on my pause the rest of the stream, pandas. Coming back to the failed breakout potential here. But in my mind, you gotta take that trade, right? With a channel like this and you're on it. With the Pikachu trade like that. It's all good, pandas. I know I got double loss, but pandas, in my opinion, those trades were worth it, and I'm okay with losing those, and I'm actually really okay with losing those. It doesn't bother me one bit that I lost that, right? When you have a bull channel like that, and you're coming after a breakout like this, and you have a Pikachu trade off of that trend line, in my opinion, I'll take that trade, right? 10 out of 10 times. And even though I got stopped out there, it's all good, pandas. I mean, I'm down, what, $987. It's all good. You know, honestly, you stick to the plan, pandas, right? And it is what it is, right? And I honestly, you know, I just thought that trade was worth it. You know, I thought it was worth it, right? With the Pikachu trade, two-legged pullback off this, right? Off these two pivots here. And we had a nice Pikachu trade right off of there. And it just happens to stop you out, and it might fill you now, but it is what it is, you know, pandas. It's all good. So, pandas, even though I lost that trade, like, again, it does not matter, right? I'm completely okay losing that because, right, in my mind, it was a trade worth taking because of the risk reward, right? You have a nice probability here, strong push up, right, above the 20 MA, and now it looks like it's about to fill the target now, but you know, it wanted to stop out before doing that. It is what it is, and it happens. And you just gotta let that happen, right? We're looking for a break of trend new high now. So we're looking for a new high still. That's unfortunate that it just wanted to come back down and stop us out before filling us. Right? It actually hits the target later, but it wanted to do one more spike down. And it's just, it is what it is. And it's unfortunate. You know, right premise, but wrong timing means bad trade. And so I must have missed something here, pandas. But in my opinion, it was worth it at the time. And so I stick to my pause. And it is what it is, right? You lose some, you win some. I think the important thing is, though, pandas, you know, even you see red right now, you cannot let that mess up your analysis, right? You gotta say, okay, you gotta be objective as possible. And when the next setup happens that you like, you gotta take it. And if you're not okay with losing that trade, then you're trading too large, right? Like this account right now, after you know, the journey, is like, it's up to a point where I can lose these trades and it's completely fine. You know, with the capital that I have. And so of course no one likes losing trades. I'm not happy I lost that trade, but it is what it is, pandas. You know, it ends up hitting your target later after doing that quick spike down, but it is what it is. Let's go, baby. It's all good, pandas. Ooh, I did miss a good setup though on the 10K chart. A reversal pattern on the 10K chart, giving us a nice trap to the upside. I missed that trade because I was looking at the 5-minute the 5-minute chart. Did not have the 10K chart up at the time, but the 10K does make a nice little trap to the upside, and we could have a reversal here, but we shall see. The trap looks a little weak. I'll be looking for only long trades at the moment, but I don't know, the trap is currently failing in my opinion. This is what I'm looking at right now, right? There's a trap trade that triggered on the 10K chart. The A, B, C makes less than a point. Right? That little spike down created this little trap here and actually reversed and gives us a point to the upside. It already gives us an absolute scalp here, but that's a trap trade on the 10K chart. I missed that trade. I would have liked that trade. It's all good, pandas. You know what's actually really funny? If I had a 4-point stop loss, I would have been in that trade still. But I wasn't willing to lose 4 points. I put it one tick below here, but it's all good, pandas. Break a trend, new high. But with the trap trade on the 10K chart, I'm thinking uptrend. I'm simply thinking uptrend right now. And this is our trend line. The reason being is because if you look at the 10K chart, very easy to draw this, right? Trend upwards. It's the same trend line on the 10K chart, but it's transfixed on the 2K chart. Just watching. Pandas, welcome to the stream. I'm Bye Money. In this stream, you can see a panda lose a bunch of money. That's the entertainment that you get from this. And if you think it's fun watching a panda lose money, go ahead and scalp that like button. On the stream, we try to read price action on the stream. We try our best. We look only for two-legged pullbacks here on high probable setups. Trap trade honestly looks pretty weak on the 10K chart. We shall see though. I mean, I'm still thinking long. To proven otherwise, my only trade right now would be a trap to the downside. That'd be my only setup that I'd be looking for. There is a measure move here. Rob S mentioning. That's why I love the community. You have a measure move here. Technically, actually this is the measure move. Measure move actually did not hit. Missed by 1 tick so far, in my opinion. Actually, let me make this better. Clean it up a little bit. It might actually hit. Every tick matters. Yeah, I think it missed by 1 tick still. Do have a measure move here on this horizontal line. Glenn Paul asks, do you stream 5 days a week? I do. Monday through Friday, starting from 9 o'clock. Great measure move now finally hit. Yep. To me, this looks like an uptrend, major trend reversal on the 10K chart. Right, you can see with the trap trade here, right? This trap after breakup trend. You have breakup trend, new low, right? Reversal trade, trap on the 10K chart. I mean, you're looking for only long trades now, until otherwise. Unless we have another trend reversal. In my opinion, looking for some long trades, but no setups, pandas. You know, that's the unfortunate thing about these streams. It's like if you have 1 or 2 bad trades, you can't make it up during stream. It's just not enough time. But you know, you gotta. The Discord. I mean, the nice thing about the Discord is like they can see my trades and me calling out the trades and you know, the end results of the day for those who are in the Discord. But until like a pullback Discord, it's nice to have. It's a nice caveat thing to have. It's not free to enter, so I'll just say that right now. It's not a free thing. It is a bonus thing. You know, I guess it's quote unquote free because you get access to it if you purchase the deluxe indicator, the 2-legged pullback deluxe. And if you get the deluxe, you get access to the community, which in my opinion is worth the $200 itself that the deluxe cost. Right? You get access to the 2-legged pullback indicator, of course. You get you know, the capabilities to do automated trading, and now it pushes down hard off that measure move, and also access to the 2-legged pullback Discord. So, by the way, it reminds me, Thomas Wade. I did talk to him. He got back to me and asked, "Hey, if you want to do a collab together?" And I think he's really down for it, but it's just very, very busy with you know, some of the things that he's doing. You know, check out his stuff. I believe he's opening a website, and also you know, I think he's also gonna have a Discord channel. I'm not sure what the things are gonna be for his Discord, but I think, you know, good for him. You know, to start building a base, and yeah, and be able to have some good content for everybody. So check him out. Angel Maldonado asks, what times do you usually trade the overnight session? I usually don't see any movement when I open charts after market hours. Actually, if there's a setup, like any time before I sleep, which is around 12 a.m. Mike Carroll asks, is there a break of the short-term trend line on the daily? Yeah, I mean, we had to overshoot here to overshoot here. Now this overshoot is done, in my opinion. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I already mentioned in the stream. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if people see this as a two-legged pullback and they're ready to enter short if we break a previous candle's low. The measure move acting as resistance now. Man, but the 10K chart showing strong, a major trend reversal, and when it shows something like that, typically don't want to go short. We're still in this trend line. I might try and make a trade off this trend line again, pandas. This trend line is still valid. This channel up. You can see this a couple ways, right? Break of trend, new high, looking for a trap trade to the downside. Strong bear bar ending near its low. Not looking to go long now at all. Not on a 2K chart. Potential trap trade here. I'll be interested in trap trade to the downside because of the choppiness we're in. Measure move hit, bouncing off of it. Also, but we're above the 20 MA, and that's not something you like to trade opposite against. No setups for us right now, pandas. Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button. We got the two-legged pullback off the 20 MA. Strong bull bar ending near its high. Can't enter that trade. Terrible signal bar. My only trade here is if this trap fails, I'll look to reverse this trap. The trap. It's like a failed trap. Right, this is a trap itself. If that fails, that will trap this trap, right? Because it's also a second entry. So it's like a failed trap. It's a lot of traps. Woo-wee. This might look bearish, but in my opinion, it just looks like a trading range. So where it looks bearish to you, it actually is a time to buy. There's people bought here. I would take a long trade here if this trap fails. I'll actually look to go long. Right, this measure move acting as resistance. I just need this trap to trigger and fail, and I'll look to go long. Right, that's 3 pushes down, right? 1, 2, 3. It'll be 3 failed breakdowns to the downside. Looking to go long against that. Right, continuing this uptrend, but I need this to break first, in my opinion. Fortunately, it's not going to give us our trap here, our trap. It's unfortunate, but it's all good, pandas. We wait for our next setup. Joe Fitz says, I leave for a few minutes and you're down 987. What's up? You can rewind the stream. I took a trade that just reversed. I took this second entry long here. It's hard to see that it does fail, but triggers. And then just reverses, boom, and then finally makes the move that I was waiting for. Unfortunate. All good, pandas. Didn't get our setup that we wanted there, pandas. I wanted that failed trap. Or I wanted the failed, it's just a second entry, failed second entry short. We're breaking above the measure move now, clearly in my opinion. Measure move is no longer relevant. Brian Davila says, Pandas, patience pays. Press the like button so Panda Paws can get popular. Let's go, baby. I'll scalp that like button. That's the push I wanted off a failed trap, but didn't give it to us. Market's being stingy. But stingy, man, that got me. That really got me, unfortunately. Sucks. It is what it is. I don't regret taking that trade. But it is what it is. Pandas, no setups. We had a potential setup there, which would have been really nice, and we got a nice scalp there, but it is what it is. And this is why, pandas, when you see a trap trade like this, right, the reversal on the 10K chart, you do not trade against it on the 2K chart, right, because of how strong this setup is, right, for a nice swing trade actually at the end. But sit on our pause until we get a major trend reversal. Okay. The thing is, Richard Harris actually makes Jack Beyond look good. Because when Jack Beyond comes, he just says, only talks about his winners, talks about how many contracts he makes, he trades, and then how many points he makes. And it's really just, I think, Jack Beyond, flexing. again, I'm happy. Anyone making money, of course, I'm happy. But there is no, let's say, benefit to the community if you do that. Other than we can be happy for you, which is, at the end, I guess in itself, good enough, but. Just watching. No setups here for us pandas. Just watching. You can be always in long at this point. Buy for any reason. Free paper cuts. Whiskey challenge part 2. Nah. I really thought we are going to continue our trading range here because how long we've been in the trading range. I just thought like the market didn't know what it was going to do. And then second entry short, lower high setup. Just was maybe the, I don't know, the signal bar, not sure. Above the 20 MA, not sure. And it ends up breaking out with that. Stops me out here when I try to go long with that breakout, right? Because the original trend line looked like this. Reverses, stops me out there as well. So I have 2 losing trades on 2 trades that I don't think were bad trades in my opinion. But it is what it is. Yeah, you gotta have some red days, you know? You gotta have some red days. It's unfortunate on stream, it just stays red. Just watching here. No setups for us. You could look for it too, like a pullback on the 10K chart to go long. That would be a nice setup to wait for. But that could happen around like, 12 o'clock today. Just watching. Pretty big hit off yesterday's close. Pretty strong reaction off of it. I mean, we have potential major trend reversal here. Very nice signal bar on the 10K chart. I'm not looking to go short though on 10K chart at all. 10K chart, right? When you have a signal bar that looks like this, in a better context, that's a beautiful signal bar, but right now, that is not what we're looking for. Especially hitting our heads right into the 20 EMA on the 2K chart. That is not a trade we want to trade on the 10K chart to go short, in my opinion. Especially against a trap like that. Potential one more push up to create that L4 setup. What a way to start the week, pandas. That's all good. No setups yet for us, pandas. Potential breakup trend, new high. You could consider that. So potential. David Akoji asks, what's the background music? This song is called Realism by Text Me Records. Just watching, pandas. And this is why, right, on the 10K chart, you don't take that, right, on a strong uptrend. Don't go short there, even though it's a good signal bar. right? Because now you're sweating, wondering what's gonna happen. Right? You're disappointed. Daniel Kitchen asks, Panda, did you say you trade after 4 p.m.? I missed the first part of the question. Well, 4 p.m. the market's open till 5 p.m. actually, and then after 5 p.m. most traders close their positions. But after 6 p.m. and on, right, when we're talking about like the Globex session, I do trade that. Everyone, if I see a good setup, I'll trade it. That's why sometimes on the stream, you see me start with plus, $1,000 because I might have done like a swing trade overnight. We do have a lower high setup here, but there is no way I'm gonna take this trade. There's only one short setup I'll look for at the moment, and it's something like this. That's the only short setup I'll consider right now. I'm not looking to go short at all. Not at all. Potential long trade here. But, I mean, you can see here, right? Break a trend new high. Break a trend here with a new high. So you can consider here also to be a place you look for a trap. But I might be interested in the two-legged pullback here if we get it. We gotta wait for one more push down. A, B, C. No two-legged pullback at the moment. Off the 20 EMA. That's the setup we're looking for. Pandas. Hope you guys are making more money than me. I'm currently at negative money. That means I'm so poor that I can't even afford something that's free. Because something free is $0. I have negative dollars. That's not good. 10K about to trigger another trap to the long side. Not sure if it's gonna trigger though. I mean, we got no setups here right now, Pandas. Just waiting, sitting on our pause. Potential trap trade or potential second entry long here. See if the market gives it to us though. Just gonna scalp it. I'm not gonna swing this one. See if we can mitigate some of this loss here. Brian Davila asks, do pandas play video games? Yeah, they play with their bamboo controllers. Some people do ask me. I play Warzone a little bit here and there. I actually like I like watching streamers play video games. That's what I've come to at this point. Too old to play video games. Mostly watch like Dr. Disrespect. You know, I'll have it in the background. Sometimes him and Tim the Tatman, I think they're pretty funny together. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of responsibilities outside of my full time in trading, and so I don't have much time to play video games. Just play every once in a while with my friends. Jonas says he watches Stone Mountain. I like Stone Mountain because he's kind of like he's like wholesome, more wholesome than the other streamers. I mean, he's probably like I mean, I don't know. He has like Christian vibes. I don't know if he's ever, confessed that he's a Christian online, but, I actually think Hiza, I actually found his content to be really, really entertaining. I just like his, editing. His production is pretty good. If you don't follow Hiza, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But he kind of made it big using drop shipping, and he has his YouTube channel, and he actually had a one video where he comes out as a Christian and comes out pretty strong as a Christian, and I was really encouraged by that he would have because he has hundreds of thousands of followers, and the fact that he would do that is, it's admirable to me, admirable. Pandas, just sitting here. This is kind of getting slow now. Pushes down here. Pushes down pretty hard, but still bouncing off the 20 MA. Maybe looking for a pullback to the 20 MA on the 10K chart and 5-minute chart. I'm not sure. We do have a second entry long here. I don't like it when it looks like that. I really don't like it when it looks like that. Hate it when it looks like this. Yeah, but pandas, when you got nothing to lose, you got everything to gain. Let's go, baby. Feel like a pullback off the 20 MA. A, B, C. Swing this a little bit here because of the trap triggering on the 10K chart. Let's look for 2 points. If we can get it. It'd be nice if we can get 1 point. Looking for 2 points here, pandas. Trap triggers on both the 10K and the 5-minute charts. It looks like it's reversing. Am I just gonna lose every trade on stream, pandas? Is this the kind of day it's gonna be? Pandas! This is not looking good. It's already not looking good, pandas. Oh no. Oh no, this is not looking good. We do have a trap to the downside. Pandas, is this the kind of stream that we're gonna have today? Biggest loss on stream, I think, so far. It's gonna be bad if I lose this one. Man, I saw the trap trade on 10K, saw the trap trade on the 5-minute. I saw pretty much perfect scalp trade here. Thought we can get a nice juicy scalp of pandas. It looks like the market is vicious today. Whoo! Pandas, this is not good. Vicious market today, pandas. It's gonna hit me hard. 90% chance I get stopped out here. Trying to join in that uptrend after break of trend. Should have looked for this reversal trade here. Above the 20 MA though. Pandas, home. Pandas. We're going to end the stream there, pandas. It's a bloody day today, pandas. It's all good though. Hey, pandas. Stick to the plan. Woo! It is what it is, pandas. It is what it is. My biggest loss yet on stream. It hurts. It truly does hurt, pandas. And it's a shame. It's a shame the market is vicious today, getting us on both sides every single time. Man, pandas, it is what it is. But hey, you know, days like this, let me just say, it might be one of those days you just sit on your paws, and you wait till the next day. But that hurts, pandas. That actually hurts, and it is what it is. But hey, pandas, trade safe. Trade safe, pandas. I mean, I saw the uptrend, and I was like, okay, let's go. I mean, we got an uptrend. Let's join the uptrend. We got a two-legged pullback, right? We got a nice little move down here. We can get to this. We can get a point here, and we saw multiple traps, right? We saw a trap, but right now it doesn't show a trap because it reset. But there was a trap here on the 10K chart, trap here, right, on the 5-minute chart, and trap here on the 2K chart. When you got 3 traps aligned like that, I'm thinking maybe we can make 1 point, but the market says not today, panda. And it is what it is, pandas, and it hurts, right? But pandas, I'm always willing to take those losses when it does happen. It is what it is. It's just one of those markets that are just out to get you. Hey, but pandas, stick to the plan. Trade safe. Trade safe. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, you can have red days. It's okay. It's okay. But pandas, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Trade safe, everybody. Happy trading. God bless. Hope everyone else is doing way better than me. Let's go, baby.